Now it's time to design our store. It will be the same process for every pages of your store. So let's start first with the home page. So the first thing that I like to do when we create a new website for the first time is to check other websites, either into our industry or other websites that we like. And the goal here is to find inspiration and ideas of things that we like and that we can do as well on our own website. So for example, there is one site that I picked and that I wanted to show you, which is the Daniel Wellington website. So they sell watches, but they also sell some other kind of jewelry. And there was a few things that I like and that we will be able to do on our website as well. The first thing that I like is the big image like this at the top with the little text and the button. I think that's pretty cool. Then we have the product as well here, directly accessible when we arrive for the first time on the page. I think this is pretty cool. Then when we scroll down, we have like one product that is highlighted. There is nothing else, just this product, some text, some description, and the button to learn more. I think this is pretty nice as well to really focus and emphasize on this product. Then we have some more products, for example, the new product, then the most popular product. Then I like as well these two sections like this, as they do product for women and for men. I think it's pretty cool to have these two boxes like that with the picture in the background. I think that's nice. We will do the same thing. And then I like as well the Daniel Wellington get inspired by our community with some nice picture of the product. I think this is pretty cool. Then bit text, I'm a little bit less fan of that. And then the sign up form to subscribe to their newsletter, and they give us a coupon of 10% off. And the footer. Okay, great. So this way you can just check 1, 2, 3, 5, 10 websites if you want to just find some ideas of what you like. And then it will greatly help you to have some great ideas for your own websites. Okay, so let's start designing. So to start, we want to go into the visual builder. Here we are into the builder. So you could start from scratch, delete absolutely everything on your page and just create a custom design using the builder from scratch. So it's possible, but it's not really the purpose of this video. I will show you how to create a design using a theme that we will customize. So it will be faster and easier this way. But if you feel like a designer and you want to use all the builder's option to create your own design, then no problem, you can as well do that. But for today, let's use a theme. It will be easier and faster. So just click on the plus button here to open the theme, and then here you have plenty of options. To choose a theme, you should focus on two themes, and you should not care about the title of the theme, because we will be able to customize everything on the theme, from the color, the font, the text, the images, even the layouts. We will be able to customize and change absolutely everything. So don't worry about if this theme was made for attorney or this one was made for concert. This doesn't really matter. What really matters is, do you like the layout? Does it fit what you want to do? Do you want to have an image here and then a text and a button? Do you want to have this kind of organization on your page? Do you like these colors as well? Or it is not at all what you want to do? Really focus on the colors and the layouts and find something that match what you want to do or that is close to what you want to do, and then we are going to customize it to fit exactly our own brand and our own company. So feel free to check multiple themes. You can download every template by just clicking on use this layout here. If you want to replace your existing content, just tick this box, and if you don't tick this box, then it will just add the content below what you have already. So you will keep your existing content and it will add the new one below it. So for me, I will replace, and then you just click use this layout if you want to see how it looks like on your store. So let me show you with this one, for example. And here we go, we have a template now on our website and we can start using it. Okay, so feel free to do that with a few templates if you want to try, or a few themes if you want to see what they look like, until you find the one that you really enjoy and that you want to use. For me, for this website, I will use a theme called Movie Theater. Yes, this one. and I will use the landing page as our home page, because on this theme we have the few things that I liked on the Daniel Wellington website, which is the text and the button and the BG image in the background. Here we have multiple columns with the pictures, and I will use that to showcase some products. Here we have BG image and the text on the right and the button, which I will use to highlight one product. I will put one product here. Then this one I will delete, we don't need that. Then I like this section as well, because again, I will use all the image placeholders to put images of the products that will be in big, that will be very easy to see. So that's gonna be very nice. Then we have the footer, but don't worry for now, you should just delete it from your homepage template, because we are going to do it another way that is a better way later into this course. So for now, I will just use this layout. And here we go, we got our templates that is downloaded and that is applied to our store. Okay, so as we can see, we have the same idea with the BG image and the text. So it's slightly different text, but I like it more like this, so it's great. Then we will use that to create something similar to this. So this is cool. Then this one will be used to do something similar to that. So that's cool as well. Then this one, I don't need it, I will just delete it directly. Then here I will put BG images of the products, which is cool. And I will recreate this row here because I really like it. And also on this site, we have watches for women and watches for men. So it fits perfectly our website as well. So I will recreate it from scratch. And then I have also a few other ideas that we are going to do. So on purpose for this website, in order to show you a lot of things, I will do a good number of customization to this theme. But for yourself, for your store, you don't need to do as much as me. Chances are that your theme will fit really closely to what you want to do. So you can do just really minimal modification if you want and get your store ready faster. Or you can do like me, as many modification as you want, as many customization as you want, and then really go as far as you would like in terms of design. It's really up to you. So for this one, I will do quite a lot just to be able to show you a lot of things, but again, you don't have to do as much as me. So the first thing that we will do is we are going to customize the header at the top of the page. So as you can see, it's a full width section, and inside of that, we have a full width slider with 3 sliders. This one, and this one. Okay, so what I like doing is just delete 2. Then we can customize this one. The text that I want to add is timeless elegance, because our brand is about that. Then I will paste my text below. Here we go. Then I will remove the button. I actually don't really like it. Okay. And for the background image, we can just go into background, and into background image, we can change the image. Here, I just upload the image that I want to use. And here we go, we got a pretty cool image, my text. Then our text here is too small. So what we can do is go to design, and then into body text, we can increase the size. 21 looks fine. Okay. Nice. And then for the second slider, I actually would like to use the exact same thing, but with a different picture. So I will just duplicate this slider, and into the settings, I will keep the same text, but I will just change the background image here. Now I just upload the image that I want and I use it. Okay. And here we go. We have our slider on top of our website with the 2 pictures, which is pretty cool. Then we could add more slider if we wanted to, but I think for now 2 will be nice, will be fine. Then this 3 button here, I don't need it, I will delete them. Then here, I would like to display some products, and I actually want to display the latest product. So first of all, I will change the text to latest release, and I will bold that, so it's pretty cool. And then, as you can see, it's not aligned, like the text is in the middle and the next section is on the left like that. I'm not a big fan of that. I would prefer that the text and the image are actually aligned on the left. So this is because this row here has a bigger size. So in sizing, you see width, it's 90% and max width none, where this one is 80% and maximum 1080 pixels. So I will do the same thing, 90% and none. And now our text is aligned with the picture because the two rows are actually the same size. The two green rows are the same size. Okay, so we're good. Then here I would like to display the latest release product. So here we have two ways of doing it. The first way would be to replace this image module with the image of our product and then replace the text below with the name of the product and, for example, a short description. And then the button, we can link it to our product page. So that would be the first way of doing it, which is a way that I like a lot. As we want to display our latest release, it would be great if instead we could have automatically the latest 5 products that we added to our store to really match with the latest release. And if it can be done automatically, that's great. And it's actually possible using the product module. So this is what we are going to use. So I will just delete this one and we are going to add a new row with one column and we will add the row product module here. So this module will display our product, which is pretty cool. So the first thing what we can change is which product it should display. Latest product, featured product, sale product, best selling product, top rated, or a product category. For example, if we choose product category, we can decide which category we want to display. But for us, we are going to choose latest product. Then I want to display 5 products. I want to use 5 columns. And the offset is if you want to remove a certain number of products. For example, if I put offset 1, it will remove the first one and start from number 2, which means it will display 5. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, it will not display 1. If I put offset 2, then it will display the product from number 3 to number 7. Always 5, but it will remove the first 2. Okay? So here we go. Now we have our 5 latest products on our store. And then we just need to take the row and to extend the size the same way we did before, 90% and none. And now we have our 5 products that are the latest automatically. So every time we will add a new product, it will be updated here as well. Then we see that the text is in gray, so that's not good. We want to change it. So when I am in the module settings, I can just hover above my product. And then you see this little pen here will open directly the settings of this text here. So we can put it to white. And I would like to put it a bit bigger as well. Yeah, 26 is fine. And the next one as well in white. Okay, now we good. We have our 5 products on our homepage. Then next one. Then here we want to spotlight one product only. So this is nice because the image here is vertical. I think it would be less nice with a picture that is square, for example, like this one. And it would be definitely less nice with a big image that is horizontal like that. So it's important for this part here to have an image that is vertical. So I will put an image here that is vertical. Here we go. Now we have our image. So this is pretty nice. I think it's a bit too big compared to the screen, that we need to scroll to see the entire image. So we are going to make it a little bit smaller using width. Up. And then we can also align it in the center to be closer to the text. Okay, this is nice. Then on the right, I will put the information about this product and I will link this button to the product page. So we can delete this one. So this watch is called the Aviator. And to get the information, we can just go in the dashboard, open in a new tab, then go to product, then our product. And then here we can just copy paste the information. So this watch is not coming soon. It's already available. So I will just write, for example, discover. Then here we will put the short description of the watch. Okay, and then for the button, we will write discover now, And for the link of the button, we want to put the link of the product, which we can find here into permalink. That's the link toward the page. We can copy and paste. Just make sure you have no space at the beginning. Okay. And then we're good, we can save. And then quick tip if you want to align your content vertically, which means you want your picture and the text on the right to be vertically aligned. So the gap at the top is the same as the gap at the bottom. So for doing that, you go to the row, so in green, you go to advanced, custom CSS, and here you type display flex and align items center, and you save. And now our elements are perfectly aligned at the center. This is a little trick to align items vertically. So now we're good with this section. Now the next one. So here I wanted to put several images of the product, and when we click on them, it leads to the product page as well. And the product that I want to showcase here are the best seller. So I will start by changing the text here to best sellers. I will bold best, so it's nice. Then I don't need the learn more here, and actually raise your awareness is pretty cool. We can leave it like this. Then I will replace each picture with the picture of my product. So now I have all the pictures that I want to add, and I just need to click on upload image to just replace these images here. Quick tip, you can double click on the next image to directly open the settings. And then I just keep replacing. Okay, here we are. Now we have our bestseller section with some really cool picture of our watches. Now what we want is that when we click on the image, it actually go to the product. So to do that, we just need to add the link to our product directly into the link here. So we will just change directly into the image link URL here. So this watch here at the top is called the Radiance. So again, I'll go to the dashboard. I will open the product into a new tab as well. And here I can get the permalink. I copy that and I put into image link URL. Okay. And then I save. And then when we click on the image, it will go to the product page. And I will just do the same thing for the three next products. This watch is the Grace. This one at the bottom is the Titan. And this one here on the right is the Elite. So I just put all the links. Okay. And the last one, the Elite. You can just right click on the URL if you want and then just hit copy. And then you can paste it directly into the product. Okay. So now we're good. We have our bestseller section, and when we click on the image, it goes to the product page. So this is perfect. Then below this section, I would like to add a section that looks like the one on Daniel Wellington with the watch for women on the left and the watch for men on the right. I think that's pretty cool. And when we click on the button, then it will go to the category page showing all the watches for women. And then when we click on watch for men, it will lead to the category showing all the watches for men. I think this is pretty cool. So let's build it. So for doing that, first we want to add a regular section. Inside this section, we want to add a row with 2 columns. And here we could add a button to do the same thing, but I will show you another way. Just before that, we will put the background to black. Okay. And then we will just go here and take this button here, right click on it, copy module, and then paste module. Now we have the exact same button and it's much faster this way. Then we can customize this button. First of all, I will change the text. Watch for woman. I will align in the middle. Then you see when we hover the button, the background changed to blue, so we don't want that. So I will go to button settings in design, and then I will just remove here the hover option. So this little option here lets you put different settings for, I would say, the normal view, and then the view when we hover, so which means when we put the mouse on the element. So we don't want that, we're just going to disable it. Okay, now the blue disappear, but we see that the red border disappear as well. So we can just go to the border. And yes, that's because when we hover, the background is, the border is set to transparent. So again, I will just disable it. And now we're good with our button. Okay, the next thing is we need to put the picture behind the button like this. Okay, so for doing that, we will go to the row, and then column, and then background, and we will add our picture here into background image. So you can upload a new picture or use one that you already have. I will use one that I already have. For me, I will use this one. Here we go. Now we can see that it's way too small. We need to make the image much bigger. So for doing that, we will go to design and then spacing, and we just add some padding on top and at the bottom. So which mean above the button and below the button, we will add some space. So for example, 150 pixels. We put the same value on both. Okay, it's better. It's pretty hard to read the text because our image is too bright and our text is in white. So for this, what I like doing is just to add a black overlay over the picture. For doing that, you just go here to background gradients, then click on add background gradients. And then here, just select black on both sides. Okay. And then go down to place gradient above background image. And now we just need to change the opacity of the black, so we can see our image. Okay. Here we go, that's great. Then I will change as well the row width as we did at the beginning, so it will be nicer. So for doing that, we can just go back. Then here we are into the row settings, design, sizing, then 90% and none. So now it's nicer and bigger. And I think we're good. Then to do the second one, either we can just redo the exact same step, or much faster, we can just duplicate this column, delete the one that is empty, and now we get our 2 columns that are exactly the same. So the only thing we need to do is to change the background image on the second one. I will use this picture here and change the text on the button. Okay, we can save, and here we go. We have our 2 columns with the 2 pictures and the button that goes to the category. I will just put this image even bigger, it will be nicer. So we go back to the row settings, column settings, design, spacing, and here let's try with 200. Okay, I think that's nicer. And then we can do the same into the other column as well. And here we go. Now we have our nice section that can go to the watch for women and to the watch for men. Just need to add the link on both buttons. So for doing that, just go to your dashboard, then categories. Then here we have our category. We want to get the URL. So for doing that, we can just open the page and copy the link. So let's do that, and let's just open each page. here we have our page Watch for Men. Just go in the browser, copy, and paste the URL into link. And the same for the watches for women. Here we go. I think that's a good time to save what we've been doing so far. It's a good idea to save from time to time what you've been doing. And now we have a page that starts to look pretty good. If you want to see what it looks like outside of the visual builder, what you can do is just exit the visual builder or just open that into a new tab. We can close the other tab. And then here you can see your page outside of the visual builder. Okay, so it looks pretty cool. Then I wanted to add one more section that looks like the inspired by our community, the look by Daniel Wellington, where we can add more pictures of people with the watch in real life. So let's do that. I will show you. So once again, I do a lot of customization on purpose here just to show you more themes, but big chances are that you don't need to do as much as me and you can just use your theme as it is. But let's do that and let's create one more section. So I will do it at the bottom. Okay. We add one more section, regular. And then here I will do a row with 5 columns. And in each one of them, I will add an image. Okay, I've just uploaded my images. So I have 3 men wearing the watch and 2 women. So I will actually do the exact same thing, like 1 man, 1 woman, 1 man, 1 woman, and at the end, 1 man. So let's go. We put the image here. Okay, then I add the other image. And I will just add 1 image per column, basically. Okay, here we go. We have our 5 images. Then we want to have a black background in our section. So settings, background, and black. Okay, then we want the row to be 90% as the other. So design, sizing, and then 90%. Oops. And none here. So it's bigger. Also, I don't want any gap between the picture. I think this would be better without. So we can use custom gutter width and just put it to 1 like that. Perfect. Okay, here we go. It is pretty nice. And then just below that, I will add 2 more pictures. So I will add 1 more row with 2 columns, image again, and add my pictures. What you can do as well is duplicate modules and then just drag and drop. That's pretty cool. Then we just need to change this image. Okay, good. Then we can change the size as well. And okay, here we go. We have our look section, which looks pretty cool with all the people wearing our watches. And I think it is so cool that it should not be at the bottom of the page like that. So we can just select the section and then just drag it higher on the page, for example, here. And here we go. So now we have that at the top, our latest release, spotlight on one product, the Aviator, then some look, then our best sellers, and then our 2 categories that are accessible from here. Then one last thing what we can add is just one title here, just above our looks. It can look pretty cool. So for doing that, I will just click on this row here, select it, then right click, and then copy row. And I will just go down and I will select this one, right click, and then paste row. So it had our row just below. I will select it, drag, and drop it just above. Okay, perfect. Now we just need to change the text. For example, we can use get inspired and our look and bold the hour. Okay, here we go. Don't forget to save. And now we can go see our page. And here we go. Now we have our home page with the 2 sliders at the top, latest release, the Aviator, our look, the best sellers, and our category. And if you click on the category, you go to the category page. If you click on the best sellers, you go to the product. If you click on the aviator, you go to the aviator product. And I just realized that we kept the blue here on this button, so we need to change it as well. So we can do it quickly the exact same way we did for the previous one. We just go back here, discover now, then settings, design, button background, we remove the over, and border width and border color, we remove it as well. So now we're good. Save, then refresh the page. So now our button is fine. And then on the top, we have our latest release that gives us quick access as well to the different products. Here we go with the grace. Here we go. Now we have our home page, and now we can keep going and design the other elements of our store, like the header, the footer, the category page, the product pages. We will be able to design all the pages the exact same way as we just did, with more or less customization, depending on what we want to do. So let's go, let's keep going.